and we just had an incredible journey. It was really wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Oh, wonderful. Great. So we are now live on Facebook and YouTube. So I just want to welcome you, Suzanne, to, of course, you're a wonderful part of SoulSearch, and you're hosting this incredible event coming up in September. So I just wanted us to touch base and chat a little bit about you, your work, and the upcoming event that you have happening, the Sedona Transcendence Retreat.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, Tangela, and hello to everyone who's tuned in. I'm so delighted to be a part of SoulSearch. It's such an inspired network of souls, and I am very excited about my upcoming Sedona Transcendence Retreat. So I've been hosting events here in Sedona. This will be my 9th year, and this would be our 16th event because I've had 2 years of every equinox here in Sedona for the last 8-9 years now. And in the March conference, it's a really big setting with hundreds of people and lots of vendors and keynote speakers. But I still like to have the smaller, more intimate immersion retreat. And so that's what I create for the fall equinox event. So this event is going to be held at the Center for Christ Consciousness, formerly Unity of Sedona. And we are going to have so much fun expanding into the cosmos, Tangela. I felt really inspired to do a galactic theme.
The whole retreat just sounds amazing. And I love how you call it this immersive experiential retreat in the powerful Stargate of Sedona. And that's really what you're creating for everyone. And so what does that mean? I wanted to ask you, you're an incredible healer, teacher, ascension guide. You just came back from your own journey that you took someone on the Red Rocks this morning. So you are very much immersed in the energies of Sedona, taking people out on the land and supporting them in connecting to themselves, but also obviously to our, galactic families and all of these other multidimensional realms, which is so exciting. So you're the perfect person to be creating this event. But what can people expect? Like, how is this different from other types of spiritual events that they may have gone to in the past?
And so for this particular equinox event, really expanding into the cosmos with this galactic theme, led by channelers, well-known channelers who've been featured on Gaia TV, on interviews with Extra Dimensionals hosted by Ruben Langdon. And Ruben Langdon himself is going to be at this event, hosting a galactic roundtable where the audience members will have the opportunity to ask the galactics anything they're seeking an answer to, and the beings that are coming through the channelers will answer them. And so these are highly evolved, intelligent, all loving, compassionate beings. And so it's just an incredible opportunity to ask the galactics. And so that's something unique that I haven't done at an event before. And so I just felt really called to do that, bring in our galactic brothers and sisters. And then Ruben is also going to host a CE5 experience under the stars. So yes, we are here in the very powerful spiraling vortex of Sedona, and we know that I just had a light fall. That's a little creepy.
Well, that's the galactics are acknowledging you, Suzanne. They're like,
okay. Whoa.
Energy's coming through strong this morning.
That's so crazy. I got my dogs all excited, making for an entertaining show.
Exactly.
In any case, yes, we are in the powerful vortex of Sedona where phenomenal things happen and
Definitely.
paranormal things, right? So this CE5 Under the Stars Tangela is going to be so incredible, connecting in with the ships and the beings aboard them. Reuben Langdon and the ET Whisperer Rob Gauthier have a special process that they've created, including breathing practices, mantras, etc., intention, but also their friend Littell Cohen brings a big gong and sound bowls to create a really high vibe frequency to resonate with that higher frequency of this higher intelligence. And then, of course, you have the channelers there who are directly connecting in with the extraterrestrial beings. So that should be a really powerful experience under the stars as well.
Wow. I mean, this sounds like a really cosmic experience. And for those of you watching who have never done a CE5, it's an actual process, to connect with our galactic families and, call in the ships. And it's an amazing process that people can go through. And it's going to be exciting to be doing that with Reuben Langdon and their particular way of bringing in all of our galactic families.
Yes, definitely. And then while people are out on the land, so half of the group will go out into the CE5 experience under the stars, while the other half on the first night stays indoors for a galactic guided journey. And so we have crystal bowl performers, we've got galactic sounds and frequencies. I'll be guiding it with a guided meditation, tuning us in to our galactic brothers and sisters. And then on the next night, we'll switch, and half people will go out on the CE5, and the other half will come in and have a shamanic guided journey. And that features world-renowned musician John Dumas, and he's also does shamanic sound frequencies, and he'll be accompanied by a crystal bowl performer and a percussionist. And so together they'll create a very shamanic journey. So people are sort of determining what night they go on the CE5 experience based upon which sound journey they prefer.
That's incredible. So they have the opportunity to do galactic sound journey or shamanic sound journey, both which will be incredible, I'm sure. But, to be able to choose one or the other and then have the CE5 experience is going to be really exciting for everyone. And what are some of the other speakers and presenters who are going to be there?
Thank you for asking. So we have the teachers and the channelers. Not that the teachers aren't channeling as well, but specifically, we have teachers like myself teaching transcendence techniques. Maureen St. Germain is going to teach about ascension. Melissa Fike teaches tuning in to the Akashic records on the quantum field. And then we have Michael Jacob. I always say Jacob for president. Michael Jacob, who's going to bring in remote viewing, remote influencing. Of course, these are skills he learned in the combat zones. And then also the channelers. So we have the ET Whisperer, Rob Gauthier, who tunes into Treb, an ancient Pleiadian in Deneb. And then we have Sandrine Sauvenier of the Golden Age Spiritual Ministry, and she brings in a ninth dimensional Arcturian council. Wow. We have Georgia Jean, she tunes into the Circle of Light, and Isabella Green, who brings in the Andromedans.
Wow. So we really have the opportunity to connect with so many of the different galactic families, Pleiadian, Arcturian, Andromedan. And you mentioned people will really have the opportunity to ask their own questions.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. I know, I have a few of my own.
Exactly.
Am I an Arcturian? I felt very Arcturian. Yeah, so of course.
I'm sure they'll be coming through and saying, yes, welcome.
I mean, I truly believe we're star seeds, right? We're multidimensional star seeds imprinted with the star seed DNA. These are our star ancestors. But also, other aspects of who we are being in other star systems as well. So really an opportunity to have that multidimensional soul reunion with your galactic other selves in higher dimensions.
And that is so exciting. I mean, so many of our soul searchers are exploring their multidimensional selves right now. I know we get so many questions from people. Am I a star seed? How do I connect to my galactic families? What does it mean to have a galactic family? What are the star nations? So, I notice that people more and more are becoming curious and wanting to jump into this exploration. So, what is your tip for people who are just like, starting to become aware of this multidimensional existence that we have? And what does that mean for us?
And so I always say, ask and you shall receive. So for myself and many others, simply sitting in meditation with the intention of connecting in to who you're being in the greater cosmos, in multi-dimensional realms and dimensions. And as you do that, then messages can start to flow through you. And these messages may come in the form of a remembrance. It may be a vision unfolding across the screen of your mind. It may even be something that happens later after your meditation, when suddenly you have an epiphany, or someone talks about the Pleiadians and you feel very excited and connected to the Pleiadians, and that's your higher self giving you a nudge to say, yes, you're one of us, you're one of the Pleiadian family members or on a Pleiadian council. So for myself, the first time I heard the word Arcturian, I got so excited, and I just knew I had to know everything there was about Arcturians written out there. And so I got Arcturian books, I connected with Arcturian channelers, and then I started channeling my own Arcturian self. I started doing multidimensional soul reunions after my missing time experience with the Arcturians here in Sedona. Me and two friends had a 4-hour missing time experience. And after that, I was really able to visit higher dimensional realms with other star races, experience who I was being there, what role I was playing, and then I realized I could do it for others. Wow. Now, for me, Tangela, and my friends who sign up for these experiences, what I have found is most beneficial, of course, the soul reunion is beautiful, but when you have a soul merge experience with this more advanced and evolved version of yourself, it activates dormant DNA within you. It brings on more advanced gifts, skills, and abilities. It brings more of your brain online, because you're literally merging with the higher frequency, more evolved version of yourself. And it's very upgrading. Sure. It gives you an evolutionary leap into higher consciousness.
That's incredible. And that's something that we all have available to us. Is that correct? Is that something for only people like you, Suzanne, who have this superpower?
Absolutely. I always tell people, if I can do it, you can definitely do it. But it is a matter of believing and dedicating. I mean, I've been on a spiritual path for decades and have made a major effort to, not that it has to be that hard and long, but I've made a effort to tune in to my psychic gifts, skills, and abilities, meditating every day, going out into the vortex of Sedona, doing sessions with clients, reading everything I can get my hands on, and just downloading, what comes through me to share with others. And so it is a path that, you step on, you're dedicated to, you have the intention, you believe in these higher beings and higher realms, and you believe they can come through you as you. So yeah, but anyone can do it if you set your mind to it.
That's incredible. What I think is so amazing is the DNA activation that actually occurs in our bodies in this incarnation here on earth with that soul merging and soul reunion. So, what does that look like for people? When you have a DNA upgrade or activation, when merging with your galactic self in another frequency, what can be activated within you?
So, speaking for myself personally and some of my clients and people that I work with and connect with, is that you suddenly start to know things that you never knew before, that you've never read or watched. You start to have advanced gifts, skills, and abilities that you never were taught or never learned or practiced. It's really incredible. Like, people will, and this is like totally humbly sharing this because it happens to most of us who get supercharged with our DNA activated. Suddenly you feel kind of superhuman, like you can do multiple things at once well. And you're like, how do I even know how to do that? Like, when I started editing videos, I remember, Shakina and I made a series called Supernatural Sedona. It's on my TV network, sci-spy.tv. And this production company wanted to pick it up, and they're like, well, you need to edit, you need to bring it up to the editing level of like Ancient Aliens. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And then I sat down and I'm like, what have I got myself into? Like, I can't do that. And then I took a walk and I was just like saying, I am, I can, I will. And I started to really feel like this higher vibrational frequency and this merging of this supercharged photonic energy from the sun. And I came home and I just started typing like mad in my Final Cut Pro editing software. And it's like I was just in a zone. And then when I came out of it, I couldn't believe what I had edited and created. And so that's a good example of, intentionally seeking the upgrade. I believe these codes come through the divine portal of the sun. And so one way can definitely be facing the sun and just asking to be downloaded with these advanced codes of light, because they are light codes and they are programming our light body, right, by activating the dormant DNA strands and bringing more of our brain online. And so, yes, it activates, gifts, skills, and abilities that, you can use to serve at the highest possible level. That's always what I say. Download me with the code so I can serve at the highest possible level, right? I have a pure intention of what I want to do with this, more advanced knowledge and these gifts and abilities.
And I love that, having that intention of, this purest intention to be of the highest service, because we all have this unlimited potential. And I love how you're talking about activating our superhuman potential, because that's what really people, that's what we're doing now. That's what this ascension is about, not from a place of ego of how can we take over the world, but from a place of how can we be of the greatest service to humanity and to our galactic families. And, I love the example you gave of just looking in the sun, because I think that's a powerful practice that anyone can do wherever they are. And, we don't realize the power that the sun carries and what we're able to activate within ourselves just through that practice alone.
I believe that all light is intelligent. And so when we're communicating with the sun, we're communicating with the ladies and lords of light, the ascended masters, right? Our galactic families. We're calling out to the intelligence of the light and making a request, giving permission to be downloaded with these codes with our pure intention to serve the highest good for all. And when we look at the sun and we ask, how may I serve? Then the universe co-creates with us so that we can be of higher service.
And so that is an activation that's occurring, very viscerally for us, especially when we ask for that, for we ask for it, because, we may be going around, of course we're going outside every day, but having that intention and then giving that permission suddenly opens up a whole floodgate of energies for us to be working with. And like you mentioned, the ascended masters, the celestial realms, our galactic families are all around us, supporting us. But, they also need that permission to come in and start providing us with that support.
I totally believe that, because I believe there's some, type of galactic law, if you will, that they will never violate our free will. Mm-hmm. So, we have to declare our intentions and we have to give them permission. And then we just open to receive and ask, how may I serve? And then multitudes of opportunities to serve will be presented to you.
Wow. And is that how, I know, you've been doing the land journeys and you're an ascension guide, but is that how, these larger events have come into being? Was this a download that you received from, from the other realms to say, hey, we need to be supporting more and more people and having these experiences?
I do believe having these gatherings is a big part of my calling. I feel very aligned with it. I feel compelled to do it. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of work, but it's joyful work. It's a labor of love, I like to say. And I know that many people will benefit from the experiences. And I really like to shine a light on my brothers and sisters who are also in service. And so this gives them an opportunity to share their gifts, skills, and abilities. And also with these large groups of people, we know that with meditation and a specific intention, we can send our love and light around the globe and even throughout the cosmos. And so we always take advantage of that, large group meditation. And my dear friend Tangela at our big March conference, which is March 8th through the 10th of 2024, will be opening the event. Tangela, you opened the event last year with your beautiful meditation and the introduction, and it was just absolutely divine. So I look forward to you doing that again in 2024.
Thank you so much, Suzanne. And, it is my honor and privilege to be able to co-create in that way with you, because it's true, when we're creating these events, at SoulSearch, we do psychic and healing fairs all over. And, you have your Transcendence retreat, the Ascension retreat, which is even larger. This is all grid work that we're doing. And that's what I tell people, that, we are energetically and powerfully, bringing people together into this shared, transcendent experience, which is really powerful. And with that intention, with all of us coming together to peacefully, communicate and share with our galactic families, with the celestial realms. For me, it's just like, I can always see, the masters in celebration for what we're doing, because they're just so excited to see, conscious community coming together, and creating these cosmic connections here on Earth. It's just really powerful. And I just love what you do, Suzanne. The March event last year was incredible and highly activating. And I love the galactic theme for this Transcendence retreat, because I do think it's it's exciting for people to be able to connect with, the Andromedans, the Arcturians. And like you mentioned, we're all able to do it, but it's also fun and exciting to, be with others who are doing it every day. And then that activates something within ourselves too, because I wouldn't be surprised if many of the people attending your retreat, maybe they would never have thought that they could channel or communicate with, the other realms, and they go home and suddenly they're having experiences too.
Definitely. And that is what the channelers will be teaching largely, is how to channel. Oh, and wow. So if you're interested in learning how to channel, the channelers are teaching that. Maureen St. Germain is teaching a spiral chakra, where you create a toroidal field starting in your heart, going into the cosmos, down into the earth. And it's a really beautiful toroidal chakra experience. She also teaches 8D Merkaba, embodiment. I'll be teaching powerful transcendence tools and techniques to help you break free of the 3D matrix for ascension into the 5D new earth. And so we're giving people practical tools and techniques for ascension and transcendence. And then the channelers are teaching people how to channel. And we're not just doing this in indoor workshops. We always have journeys out into the vortex. And so in the middle of the day on both Friday and Saturday, we have shuttle buses coming to pick people up, taking them out into these beautiful vortex sites in the red rocks. And there we engage in meditation, visualization, engage in group sharing. And so, yes, we have outdoor journeys, indoor workshops, as well as on stage presentations and performances. So we do that at my events, right?
Exactly. There's everything. And I love that you integrate the land journeys into all of your events, because obviously we're in this powerful vortex of Sedona. The energy is incredible, and to give people the opportunity to go and experience that with the teachers and the channels is really just a next level opportunity for people. I mean, you take people on the land every day. Like, what does the land do for us spiritually? What does the land of Sedona open up?
So I believe that Sedona is an ancient crystal temple city. So geologists have confirmed that there is a crystalline basement underlying all of Sedona, and that Sedona was under the sea 300 million years ago, and at that time may have been pure quartz crystal monuments. And then when she emerged from the sea, she gathered layer upon layer upon layer of rust, which oxidized as iron oxide. So when you consider that these red rock monuments may be pure quartz crystal covered in rust, and then you start to see these huge, magnificent red rock formations look like temples. Entrances to temples with two big pillars and what looks like a stairwell leading up to a big edifice. I mean, it's remarkable, and it's all over Sedona. So some people believe this is part of ancient Atlantis, since Atlantis was always, thought of as an underwater crystal temple city. But you can really feel the crystal technology here. I just took someone out on the land this morning, and on the ground, you see clumps of pure quartz crystal just sticking up out of the red rock, and you're sitting on it. You're sitting on a bed of crystal. And that amplified by the spinning vortex here, which is created by volcanic shafts under Sedona, pulling up that spinning magnetic energy from the Earth's iron core, which then goes through the crystal bed, which gives off a piezoelectric effect. Now you have magnetic energy, electric energy, spiraling up to the surface and spinning on the surface with this electromagnetic field that's supercharged. It's spinning. So there's a very high vibrational frequency, right? So when we say things like, oh, the vortex and it's a crystal city, and it's true. It's absolutely true that it is.
It's true. And you could palpably, you could palpably be in that, feel the energy every time when you're on the red rocks, when you're at the vortex sites. And people say that to me all the time when they come to visit, because even if they're not really familiar with, what we're even talking about in terms of crystalline cities or, these different frequencies that are available to us, people can feel it, because it's so powerful what is coming through from the land. And that just amplifies, all of this, spiritual work and the cosmic connection and the upgrades and everything that's happening here. It's just super powerful.
It's definitely supercharged here, without a doubt. And people have these incredible spiritual experiences, and why it's a spiritual mecca on planet Earth, because you enter this red rock paradise and it feels otherworldly, and you just feel inspired, right? You feel blissed out, blessed. You feel this sense of inner peace and joy. People are always going, woo, woo, out on the red rocks, or they're seated in stillness and getting downloads, right? So it's just a beautiful spiritual experience to be immersed in the Sedona vortex. And one, reason it makes such a great place to have these types of events.
Exactly. And it's such an amazing opportunity, whether are visiting Sedona for the first time, or you are a regular, making a regular pilgrimage, or if you live here, what I tell people is just, it never gets old. Like it's always just absolutely mind-blowing, incredible. Like the energies just get stronger, and you are just constantly open up, and you just keep opening, you keep transcending. And that's why I love the name of your retreat, which is the Transcendence Retreat. And I wanted to ask you, why did you choose that name for this retreat? And like, what does that really mean for you in terms of transcendence and what we're doing right now?
Thank you for asking that. So my website is SuzanneRossTranscendence.com. And this event is SedonaTranscendenceRetreat.com. So you can see transcendence is a theme for me. And so many years ago, I felt inspired to start a podcast called Transcend the Matrix. And I had this podcast for years, and it was all focused on this idea of blowing the lid off the 3D matrix and expanding into limitlessness. And so transcendence is a matter of expanding your consciousness beyond the limitations of the 3D realm, but also expanding beyond the limitations of your own mind. Many of us have limiting beliefs about ourselves, about others, about the world around us. And it's about transcending those limitations so that you can start to tap in to your unlimited potential to do, be, and have anything. I truly believe that we can manifest anything that we truly desire, especially when we have the positive intentions of serving the love, serving the light of love, serving the highest good for all in unity consciousness, right? And then it's exponentially manifesting the dream for humanity, right? And this new earth, this ascending into a new earth. And so I offer all kinds of different transcendence tools and techniques and teachings and practices. I have a course called the Transcendence Guide course, and it's a 6-month course. And throughout the course, you receive a lot of teachings, you receive videos, audios, written material, but it's all to inspire, enlighten, and empower you to transcend any limitations, overcome any barriers, and just allow abundance to flow, to walk in divine synchronicity. And all of that comes from intention, miracle-mindedness, and of course, engaging in powerful practices.
Amazing. And what can people expect from doing, let's say, the 6-month transcendence course with you? What kind of shifts can people see in their lives and in their own being?
Well, one of my students recently is a 25-year-old guy living in Southern California, right? Who really felt called to a spiritual path. But of course, his friends and buddies are like, woo woo, dude, what the heck, And he's like, no, I feel really called to this. And his girlfriend's like, wow, you can make a car payment with that. Like, what are you thinking and doing? And he's like, no, this is the most important thing to me right now. And oh my gosh, he has catapulted. He dove in with both feet and just really engaged in every video, every audio, reading the materials, reading the recommended reading, just dedicated every day, starting out meditating, taking nature walks. He stopped drinking. He stopped smoking pot. Like, he can't wait for his meditations and his nature walks. He used to have a bit of like trigger temper, and now he's like super kind, compassionate, loving. He's trying to raise the vibration for everybody that he comes in contact with. And he just, he can just goes on and on about how his life has been so greatly enhanced by the practices, by the teachings. He just has an insatiable thirst for this knowledge and now these practices. And it just feels really good to have made such a powerful, positive impact in the life of another. I have another gal, she's starting her own Transcendence Guide business, because you get a certification at the end of the course. And I'm helping her with her website, and she's going to become a Transcendence Guide. And, she's very excited about that, but she has her own brand on it. She's really into the elements. And so, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And, we learn a lot together, and everybody gets one-on-one session with me every other week, so I can customize it and we can share. So yes, it's life altering for those who really dive in.
Exactly. Powerful journeys that people can be on with you. And, I love the example you gave at the beginning of how, you were able to just magically edit, your videos suddenly when you were like, and that's what happens to us, because we do have these limiting beliefs, right? And you're like, it's so easy for us to be like, well, I don't have the time, I don't have the skills, I don't have the capabilities. It's just never going to happen, whatever area of life it is. And then when we're able to really just shift beyond that, that's when the magic can come through. And as it has done for you, and then obviously the people that you're working with, they're able to create shifts in their lives that they would have never even imagined, because that's really it's unimaginable what's possible for us. True.
Right. And then they go out and they make a powerful, positive difference in the lives of others. And that's how it spreads, right? And that's the intention, is that, they dedicate their life, whether they become a Transcendence Guide or whether they're just radiating that brighter light, uplifting and elevating others just by walking through their reality in their daily lives doing that. Whatever the case may be, they're spreading the love and light. They're sharing the knowledge and wisdom with those who are seeking. And it then, it ripples out. It has a ripple effect, right? And that's the desired outcome.
Exactly. And that's the transcendence experience that, we transcend as individuals, but that transcendence reverberates, across the planet, to our families, to our communities, to just anyone and everyone that we're coming in contact with on a daily basis, being able to just reverberate this elevated, experience that we're personally having with everyone around us. And that's what's, that's what we're creating, the new earth together in that way, which is exciting.
Yes, definitely. That's what it's all about, right? Creating a new earth where we transcend separation, we transcend suffering. All of those things, separation and suffering, are valuable ways to learn important lessons. But there's many of us who have had many, many, many incarnations on this earth plane, and we're done learning in that way, right? So we're seeking a new way of living and being in unity, right? With health and vitality, with harmony and peace, equality, right? All of these things that we know that together we can create, vibrating at this higher frequency, right? Enough of us resonate at that higher frequency, then suddenly, right, here we are together on a new 5D earth plane, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And that's the movement. And that's, people ask me, well, so where are we going? And I said, well, we are creating, this life beyond our wildest imaginations and dreams, with peace, harmony, equity, abundance, health, vitality, for all of us. It's possible. And we're here to transcend the 3D matrix that tells us it's not, right? That tells us, that we're trapped in these old paradigms and ways of being. And so I think, the retreat that you're hosting in September is such an exciting opportunity for people to just jump into this immersive experience, of really connecting to this, transcendent energy that is within all of us. And, once you have that, I'd always tell people, once you have an experience, you can't unexperience it,
Right. I always say that too. It's like, once you turn toward the light, there is no turning back.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just the opportunity for people to suddenly, whether it's an experience they'll be having on the land, or with the Andromedans, or experiencing their Merkaba field with Maureen Saint Germain in this new activated way. It's these experiences all build on one another to like create something that basically rewrites people's DNA in a truly incredible experience. And that's what, when people ask me, like, what kind of experience is it? It's not a conference. The reason you call it a retreat is because it is this alchemy that you're creating of transformation.
Yeah, that's why I do like to do the smaller, more immersive retreat once a year, because there are less people. So there's more one-on-one, more small breakout groups, more audience interaction, so that the audience can participate in a number of different ways, including, of course, many, guided meditation experiences enhanced by sound. But then also the teaching and the learning, as well as the out on the land vortex, of course, connecting with the galactics under the stars. And yeah, all of it is very participatory, so that you're not, just witnessing, you're engaging.
Exactly. And and the practical tools that people will be receiving, from Maureen, from Melissa, from the channelers themselves, from the Andromedans and the Pleiadians and the Arcturians. And I think that's what's so important too, is that it's not just about, oh, I received this information. Now, I'm going to go back home and go back to my job, and that was beautiful, but actually receiving tools and practices that you can do on a daily basis to continue, keeping that connection open and actually expanding the connection that we have, because that's what we're all doing every day, right? Is we have a certain connection, but how do we keep expanding that connection to bring more and more of that energy in to our, current incarnation and this body that we hold here?
Definitely. These tools, practices, teachings, techniques, you certainly take home with you and continue to engage in, right? And it inspires people to progress on their spiritual path, to continue on their evolutionary journey, and to really believe that it is possible to resonate at a higher frequency and to co-create a new earth experience. And there's nothing wrong with the old earth. Like, one thing I really like to stress is, it's like, where your attention flows, energy goes, right? Or something to that effect. And so, not to point fingers and blame, or to judge, what's happening in the world, just to know that God is in everything, and everything is in perfect divine order and perfect divine alignment. Everyone is coming in at different levels of evolution, and some are just new onto the 3D scene, and they can learn such valuable lessons in the world of chaos or drama or separation and suffering. We know everything serves a greater meaning and deeper purpose. And if God is creating everything, who are we to judge how he's creating, right? With a higher perspective of knowing that every individual has come here to learn specific lessons in different ways. God is in each and every one of us, and it gives God the opportunity to have all of these different experiences, to know thyself through many different lenses. And so I really do believe that part of being a 5D light worker, grid worker, is to be on our path, transcending into the light, but to honor the path that everyone is on and what everyone on planet Earth is doing, because everyone's come here to serve a different role on purpose as God manifesting in all that is.
Beautiful, Suzanne. That's exactly right. We're not here to judge anything or anyone. Everyone is in their own divine, perfect experience. And that includes ourselves. We're not here to judge ourselves. When we're in an experience, whatever that may be, it's actually perfect and all in divine order, even though it can be difficult to understand that. But I think that's why, coming together in these ways, such as the Transcendence Retreat, allows us to, start having that higher perspective on life, starting
Exactly.
with
That's what it is. It's a higher perspective, right? We rise above, and we're the role model of rising above, taking the high road, knowing that everything is a blessing. Everything is a teaching, right? And so even things that it's hard to believe that could be a blessing, it is a blessing. Everything is a gift, right? This life is a precious gift, and everything that is put in front of us is a blessing, an opportunity for us to learn, to grow, right? And to really challenge ourselves to be as patient, kind, understanding, compassionate, while not being a doormat. We stand firm in our power of who we are, what we believe in. But that is what being the higher example of taking the higher road and having the higher perspective is about, right? Is rising above your knee-jerk reactions, asking yourself, what would Christ do, right? Expanding into Christ consciousness and just being the nurturing, compassionate example. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What would Christ do? What would love do? And, just knowing that we're so supported in our existence here opens that opportunity up for us in really unbelievable ways. And I think, being able to go to the Ascendance Retreat and connect with Galactic family again is another affirmation for us, in that we exist in a loving universe and we are here for love, because we also feel that love coming from all of these other realms. And it becomes, that's when I think that transcendence shift can begin to occur, when we can start saying, looking at the universe and looking at what is happening around us, not from, where we saw before, but from this expanded, activated version of who we are. So it's really just an exciting opportunity that all of us, that we're all experiencing together right now, and that you're opening up for everyone coming to Sedona in September.
Thank you for that. I really do believe that the Galactics are here to teach us and support us and up-level us and even engraft us with those codes of creation. And that they are like big brothers and sisters and our star ancestors who really want to support us in our evolutionary leap. And so, yes, I feel like when I invite channelers to the event, I'm also inviting the Pleiadians and Andromedans and Arcturians, and they're all going to be there too.
Exactly. They're all working with us in support of this, transcendence experience that we're all going through. And the more we open up to that and connect, the more it becomes more of a reality for each one of us in the world. So this is so exciting, Suzanne. I'm so happy that, we're able to connect and you're able to share just, about your personal work and everything that you're doing, to guide people through this ascension process that we're all in together, and the upcoming Sedona Sedona Transcendence Retreat, which is on September. So tell us the dates and the URL, just so where people can go to find more information. And I can also share my screen.
That would be awesome. Yeah, let's screen share.
Website. Yeah, there we go. So here's the website, SedonaTranscendenceRetreat.com. And this is where you can, find out all of the information about the upcoming retreat here in Sedona, September 21st through 23rd.
Yes, and there's lots of videos on the homepage, so you can watch videos of everyone who's going to be participating, see all of the different things they're offering,
Mm.
meet the guides, meet the teachers. I love offering videos. This is our event sponsor, Tom Palladino, with his scalar light device. He's such an awesome dude. Yeah, and so then here from the homepage, you can visit the different pages, which shows you what workshops you can choose from, what outdoor journeys you can choose from. You can choose your guides, your teachers. Each day, there's going to be 4 workshops to choose from.
Mm.
And then for the workshops, here are the descriptions, so you can specifically see what each workshop entails, and it'll kind of help you decide. Each day you can attend 2 90-minute workshops back to back. And then on the other day, when you're not attending workshops, you go on a 3-hour outdoor journey. And for the outdoor journey, you can choose who you want your guide to be. So you can see those are the guides on Friday, those are the guides on Saturday, and then a description of what they do and offer and where they're going. So it's
Amazing.
very explanatory.
Very explanatory. All the details are here, so people can just visit SedonaTranscendenceRetreat.com, get all of the details, dive in deep, watch the videos with all the presenters, learn more about the Galactic Roundtable, which will be really exciting, as well as the CE5. So it's all here. So definitely, if you have not visited SedonaTranscendenceRetreat.com yet, definitely dive in, and you can just go to all of the tabs and connect with all of the incredible speakers that Suzanne will be hosting. So it's going to be an amazing event. And of course, you can always find Suzanne at her website, which is
Suzanne Ross, Transcendence.com.
Exactly. And you can always find Suzanne on SoulSearch. So she is one of our incredible, ascension guides and teachers here in Sedona, doing really powerful work, both as a guide for individuals, whether they're coming here to visit on the land and wanting that spiritual experience, that soul reunion, that soul merge experience with their galactic families. So Suzanne's leading powerful experiences for people one-on-one, as well as groups. And then, of course, she has all of her plethora of courses and workshops that she has available to really just be supporting all of us in our ascension during this time. So, Suzanne, thank you so much for joining me and for all of the work that you do in the world.
Oh, bless you, Tangela. This has been a wonderful discussion, and thank you for exploring so many different aspects of it. You're the best co-creator of this live show here, and really allows us to engage and go deep. So thank you for that. And thank you for all you do in the world. Your psychic and healing fairs are amazing, and you're having them all over the country. And that's just a wonderful way to serve. So bless you and thank you. And I can't wait to see you soon.
Yes. And I hope to see you soon. And also, hopefully, you'll be part of our Scottsdale Psychic and Healing Fair coming up. So that'll be amazing. Yes. And that'll give people another opportunity to connect with you live and in person. And for all of you watching, we have a whole schedule of fairs coming up all over Arizona and California. So you guys can visit soulsearch.io to check that out. And, we'll be connecting with more of our luminaries like Suzanne to really dive deep. And Suzanne, I loved all of the conversation that we were able to have together, because you were able to give people so many powerful practices and tools for elevating their experience on a day-to-day basis. And that's what this is all about. The fact that we can each activate our superhuman potential and activate the superhuman potential on the planet together. And that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Sending you so much love, sending everyone so much love. Mwah. Namaste.
Okay, well, thank you all. Thank you so much. And thanks Suzanne, for tuning in. Take care. Bye.
Bye.